Barabbas. We don't really have a lot of information about this man. We know a little bit because of the Jewish historical background, which I mentioned earlier. I mean, you can read first century writers like Josephus and Philo, fill in the gaps a little bit in your understanding. And if you study Roman history, you learn that crucifixion had a special purpose. It was hardly ever used for citizens, but it was a common punishment for slaves, rebels, political criminals. So this is not garden variety criminal. Presumably, Barabbas might have been killed, might have been crucified. We don't know, but we do know that he was let go instead of Jesus. Justice would have dictated that Jesus be let go, as he'd done nothing wrong, and that Barabbas face his sentence. Well, how does this apply to you and me? You say, I'm not a rebel. Are you sure? You say, I'm not even political. Okay, good. Does that mean we're off the hook? Does that mean the substitution that took place doesn't apply to us? See, I relate to the story. We often think, well, the story is in the Bible because it happened. I think that's true. I have no reason to doubt that there was a Barabbas who was released. But I don't think that's why the story's in the Bible. The story's in the Bible because it connects to the gospel message. I know guilt. I know the shame of saying never again and then sliding backwards. I know the power of anger. I know what it is to be impulsive. And I know what it is to go too far to get my own way, to treat others as objects instead of subjects. Barabbas was murderer, rioter, robber. Well, we've robbed the Lord of his time, his money, his honor. Haven't we treated as our own what really only belongs to him? We've rioted in our hearts. Never? You never done that? Your innards are a seething sea of chaotic, attitudinal, self-focused feeling. What about murder? Well, there's a sense in which we collectively share the guilt for the crucifixion of our Lord. Barabbas went free? No, you and I went free. A substitution has taken place. It's taken place. If there were justice, we would not have been freed, but instead there was mercy. And it reminds me of a simple song we sometimes sing. He paid a debt he did not owe. I owed a debt I could not pay. I needed someone to take my sins away. I'm saying that the right way to read about Barabbas is to plug yourself in. Change that name to your name. It's not Barabbas. It's Thomas. It's Susan. It's Nikesh. It's Anne. It's whoever you are. We were let go, and Jesus took our place. There is a substitution, and this could only be done by Jesus. A human can't substitute for us for our sin. Paul couldn't do it, Romans 9:3. Moses couldn't do it, Exodus 32:32. Only God, according to Psalm 49. Well, who goes free? Let me read our text one more time, this time from Matthew. When therefore they were gathered together, Pilate said to them, Whom do you want me to release for you? Barabbas, or Jesus, who's called Christ. With these things in mind, shall the guilty be released and the innocent suffer? Yes. The innocent is willed by God to suffer, and the guilty walk free. Go in peace, they said in former times. We're all Barabbas. How grateful we should be. With these things in mind, let's live a life worthy of our Lord.